That plot
Yeah, same sensible if him give up and job.
Hello everybody, welcome back another episode of Movie Man Dem. I'm one of your hosts, Damien. With me as always my co-host.
It's me back.
It's been so long. We're back. We did not
blow away.
We did not blow away.
Thankfully.
We got
But
guests.
somebody got blown. I hope.
Right.
We're gonna have a lot of babies named Melissa, I think.
Oh no,
Are we?
Melissa's a bad
Don't-
name right
don't-
now.
Yeah.
Don't bring back that name.
Dutty Melissa, she kept us away from the podcast studio for a few weeks. We had some plans, didn't we, Bam?
We sure did.
We had
A whole Halloween slate.
we had a whole Halloween slate.
Yeah.
And that just didn't happen.
Blew
No.
away my lineage.
There was a Halloween party that took place, or was supposed to take place,
Right.
the November 1st. You know,
Right.
it's a Saturday after Halloween.
Right, famously.
And it got cancelled.
Sure.
And I had a whole costume lined up for it. And
Did they say something?
What was it gonna be?
Like
it was Frankenstein.
Right.
There's a new Frankenstein movie coming out. It's out on Netflix now.
Right.
And my wife went as the bride of Frankenstein.
So now she was a brideless. She was divorcee.
Well, what happened was we were like, all right, well, this part is not happening, but there's another thing happening on Halloween night. And
Right.
this was like 3 days after the storm.
Yeah.
And so we were like,
It's probably not happening.
western region of the country is
Yeah.
flooded
Right.
and
It just didn't
Flat-
feel like
flattened out.
surrounded by like dead bodies in
That's true.
areas where we can't
That's true.
access them because the roads are literally
Yeah.
gone.
The perfect setup for Halloween.
Yeah, it's just well.
It was
I
a
mean,
horror. That's what it was.
It was an actual horror. So is
Yeah.
this the best time to be cosplaying horror or
Right.
cosplaying a dead man
Right.
and you know drinking and having a
Yeah.
great time?
Yeah.
And then this last weekend I actually went for a different Halloween event because they postponed it, which feels sacrilegious.
Sure.
To have like a Halloween
In
event
November?
a week
Crazy.
after,
Crazy.
like well into November. It
Yeah.
just didn't feel right, but I did it
Yeah.
anyway because I'd already bought the shit.
That's true.
And the shit was not
That's
gonna
true.
last.
That's
It was
true.
very cheap costume
Yeah.
shit.
Wait, so that was your costume?
Yeah, I did.
I was
had-
so
he
confused
was,
as to what you were.
Oh wow.
I'm not gonna hold you.
Everybody
That's
got
terrible.
it when I was there, so I feel okay.
Right.
If
I
you
don't
if I had only interacted with you, I would have just felt so terrible about the whole thing. It's the worst thing when you do a costume and you think, I nailed this,
Right.
and someone's like, "What are you?"
Right.
I didn't. I was like, oh,
Now,
I guess
Damien,
you're.
although
Although
Damien,
I did
when-
pull up at the Wendy's window and the woman said, "Where y'all gone, Hulk?"
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Not that far off.
No, not that far off.
Damon, when they call you Frankenstein, did you say, "You ignorant fool, I am the creature"?
You don't read. But yeah, so I think I feel like there was.
Damon, is this the Saturday Night Live after 9/11? Where I'm
This
like,
is the
it's okay
Saturday.
to- It's okay
It's
to laugh.
okay
at
to
him?
laugh.
Okay.
And I feel like as we're moving into a place where we can, come into the aftermath and,
Sure.
and appreciate how we can build back better. I think the country needs to get its groove back.
Yeah.
And I think the best way to do that is
Right.
to think of a lovely woman
Right.
named Stella.
A woman from West Africa who came and visited the western region of Jamaica as well. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know how this you guys put this and this together.
Right.
No, let me tell
Like
you.
you guys must
pretty
have been
simple,
crazy
actually.
whenever they gave you similarities to
similar,
put
it's pretty
on like
similar.
your papers in schools.
It
You're
was-
like cheese, bacon. Like you
Right.
guys are just putting ridiculous things. that
Hang
were
on,
not
who
necessary.
don't like cheese and bacon?
I mean
sounds
that's
great,
delicious.
Like,
Well, you don't like cheese,
What did
actually.
you do with your sandwich? I was about to
it's
bite
right
it.
here. Don't
Okay.
bite my sandwich. I haven't
There's
eaten.
no ketchup on it.
There's lots of ketchup on
There's
it.
ketchup.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's in
You're forgiven.
Yeah, the country needs to get its groove back, and what better way than in the way of the lady Stella,
Right.
who is a strong woman,
True.
strong career woman, good mother,
Right.
good friend,
That's true.
but a lonely woman. She spends.
Can I give my description of this
All
movie?
I heard when I heard the movie thing was like, oh, are you saying that rent-a-dreads are gonna save Jamaica?
I don't think we're gonna save Jamaica. I just
You're
think.
gonna leave Jamaica for sure.
I think I wanted to just look at the place when it wasn't devastated, and I wanted to watch a movie that
Aye.
Right.
depicted Jamaica in a pretty way.
Damon, should I tell everybody what episode today is?
What's the episode today?
It's how Winston got his green card.
Bam!
It
That is
is-
exactly what I said to Brittany.
Yeah.
Like very at the end, I was like, "Yeah, my Winston."
But do you guys know the real story?
What's
Yup,
the real story?
yup.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Lexi,
don't know the real story?
can we say that till the end?
This is a true story.
It is a true
Lexi,
story.
can we say that till the end?
Okay,
because
well,
it's the most hilarious
Before
plot twist.
before we do that,
But can I just say that this movie is essentially 90 Day Fiance,
It is 90
the
Day Fiancé
documentary
movie,
movie.
Yeah.
The glamorized version of
And the
90 Day
book.
Fiance.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
It is all of those things, and yeah, it might seem like a kind of out there pick just randomly to do how Stella got her groove back, but I tell you what, I think
Yeah, it's a movie about Jamaica.
it's a movie about Jamaica. It's set in partially in Jamaica in Montego Bay,
in Montego Bay.
Round Hill.
Round Hill.
Round
Hotel.
Hill Hotel, and yeah. First off, ma'am, I haven't asked you a question. In Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory,
Yes, yes.
which child sings "I Want It Now" before falling down a garbage chute into an incinerator for being a bad egg?
Oh,
Pick
that
me.
sounds a bit. Well, Lexi's hand is up like crazy.
You wanna
right now.
give Lexi a go?
I'm calling in a friend, Regis.
All right, go for it, Lexi.
All right,
Veruca Salt.
there we go, baby. It's the first time I've used a lifeline on this show. That's crazy.
I've been
I
dying to answer the
didn't
question.
need it, but that was the first time Lexi knew the answer.
I would not have
No,
been
I
able to
do.
answer that.
I sometimes know the answer, but you be saying it really fast.
Right. Who are the kids now? There's Charlie, Augustus, Gloop, Veronica,
Augustus,
and then Ed, the TV kid or whatever.
And there's another one.
There's
Another
Violet.
next one.
Violet.
Violet, you're turning violet.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's we're talking Stella because it's pretty. That's pretty much the only reason.
Yeah, that's
And
it.
And of
And the-
course,
and the
it
reason.
had the prettiest person in there.
the prettiest person.
Yeah, Tay Diggs, right?
I'll tell you what, this is also a great movie for bisexuals because you just
Sure,
start looking at
sure.
two pretty people the whole
That's
time.
right. That's right.
But Angela Bassett,
Tay
she's
Diggs, I messaged Marie last night. I'm just like, Tay Diggs' handsome face is not winning over this accent that he's doing. But
I love
nonetheless,
you, Stella.
nonetheless,
So- so I was-
I'll weather the storm of this accent.
I was
I'm
gonna-
so mad at him. Like, get a coach. Everybody had that one.
Marie, here's my
90s.
theory. Tay Diggs had a vocal coach, and that coach was Bajan.
So no, here's my thing. I genuinely believe so. Like I feel like just Jamaicans were gifted with an ear of like we can hear accent and we can mimic an accent.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe Americans they don't have that in their ear.
No, they're
so
too-
when they're like
America.
Them inner ear and a bit like that.
when they're like at the resorts and they're like no problem man and it's like I could say it and it still don't sound like that.
The problem is that at the resorts, the Tay Diggs accent is what they're speaking in.
Yeah.
That if we're
That's-
gonna
that's
be
understandable
you
to their
can't
ear,
tell
yeah.
them the one that's at the resort and the one that's at the street vendor who's
No,
selling you
they're
like
pretty
a
much the same.
cravene is
Once
not
again,
the same thing in their
if Tay
head.
Diggs' character
No, I
was
know.
actually Bajan, I'd be like, this kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I buy Bajan.
except
in this
except
accent.
it's
But
too
nobody
it's,
knows what Bajans were back then.
it's
What
too
is that, a
coherent.
parish in Jamaica?
It's too coherent for it to be Bayesian. Bayesians, if they're like talking and they really get into it, I'm just like, slow down, buddy.
Right,
All right, like let's speak the Queen's English right here. No, let's not do that. I'm sorry, Bayesians. I love you. I love lots of.
I love
Bayesians.
I love Bajans. By the way, can I shout out to the Africans?
My wife is
Sure.
partially Bayesian.
Okay.
She is?
I mean, she lived there for like 10 years.
Does she have a passport?
Hey.
I don't think maybe she
You
might.
out here-
She might have
come
at the
back?
time, but I don't think anymore. It might have. It just
Damn,
expired.
because you be sleeping on Bajans
why
citizenship.
did she
That's some
escape?
visa-free travel right there. But no, so can I shout out to Africans because like they made a joke that I really want to share
Shout out to
today.
Africans,
Okay.
So somebody posted like a TikTok of like these African children eating. They're like, eat up your food. Their children starving in America because they recently lost their SNAP
That's not
benefits.
benefits. That's true.
And then somebody was so in the comments, somebody's like, all right, they got us. And then like the Africans are like, no, we're in the Caribbean.
Right.
We're just a state in the Caribbean. Don't worry about us. Like, don't look over here, because like now you're gonna want to come to Africa. Like, no, I'm not here, sir. And I was like, that's so funny for the reverse. Like they really
Well, to
Uno
be fair,
reverse
Americans
them.
haven't been visiting the Caribbean. I mean, you can ask the Venezuelans right now. They're right over there.
I
Doing their thing. Doing their
swear
thing.
they don't know anything's in the Caribbean. They just think like we're Africa.
So
We're little Africa.
I need to stop like coming to this show with any kind of intention in my head of how I'm going to progress the conversation.
Okay.
Because I was gonna build up towards just
I'm the
dogging.
Melissa of this podcast.
no, it's usually Bam.
Lexi steers the root of this podcast.
It's Bam. Bam is like Bam just has bombs he wants to drop, and he's just like, I'm coming in with this. Because I was gonna build up to us like just,
Lexi zigs and zags.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I was gonna
It's ADD.
build up to Tay Diggs' awful accent.
Sure.
But we're here.
How
No,
could
let's
you
start
build
with the
up?
awful
We
accent.
have to start there.
Well, I was gonna set the stage.
It's the most famous thing in this movie, I would argue.
Because all I was gonna set up was that as much as Stella is a strong employee,
Strong black woman who don't need no man.
yeah.
she does in fact want a man, and
She Joanna man.
it's the hard work of the Jamaica Tourist Board
Yes,
that
yes.
gives
Truly.
Stella the lifeline that she needs.
Yeah.
She calls up her friend immediately, says, says, "Yo, girl, let's go to
Right.
Jamaica."
I knew that was a fantasy sequence because it was black people having their amenities at the hotel.
Oh, yeah.
And if you've seen a sandals ad, that does not work like
But
that.
also
No, the ads are always like, "This could be you."
Right.
White people.
Cut to white people.
But can I also like complain about like a next thing? I really
You complain?
me that's so unlike
Never
me.
heard-
Come
never heard
on.
of it.
What I really hate the sexualization of that pineapple that Tay Diggs bit off. Like I was just like even as a child,
Like
I was
say,
like,
them niggas did not touch
I
a
am
scrap of
on-
food on that plate.
I am uncomfortable with the way she's sexually staring at this man chewing a pineapple with him big teeth.
Right.
I never like that.
Well,
I was like, this is
Well, like
this
say, is this not a
wrong.
movie about an American woman fetishizing Caribbean men?
Yep,
a
it is.
child.
It is.
A wee picnic, a wee picnic of
Cradle
20.
Robin.
A wee
Yeah.
picnic of
Wasn't
20.
he 20 in the
He's
book?
20, yeah.
He's
But
20.
she and his mother is the same age.
No, I
His
know.
mother's 41, like say.
And she was 40.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not the same age.
Yeah,
Okay.
say Stella, I hear you like I'm young. It's
Same age as her son, right?
Well, no, her son was like what, 10?
No, Quincy was like 11, I guess.
Yeah, something like that. He was a
Oh,
little
no,
youth.
I was thinking of
Yeah.
the book. I
Oh,
think in
okay.
the book they were.
That's funny.
Right.
That's really funny. They meet and they're just like, yo,
Unless
let's
I'm
get in business
remembering
together.
it
Like,
wrong.
I feel so bad for Quincy because like this nigga pulls up, he's like 6 years older than me, and you're fucking my mother.
Yeah.
I feel a ways.
Yeah.
I
But you
feel
know
a
what?
ways.
That's real life
Oh, yeah.
because so when I go to Negril, I just
And you
like
see the
to
renter dreads.
See the renter dreads. I'm always fine with it unless there's a child, and there's always just like a
gotta
miserable
yeah.
child, like a
Like,
little
what is
white
this
boy.
jungle nigga
And I'm like,
doing
oh
with my
my
mother?
god, this little white boy is going to turn out to be a racist
Oh, for
or
sure.
something because I
Yeah.
can see this
every
traumatizing
racist origin
experience.
story, yeah.
Like the mother is there overly flirting with this
Right.
Jamaican man, and then there's this child that is way too old.
Or
to be there.
Murray, maybe he'll grow up to make cuckold porn. You don't know.
possibly.
Ooh.
Who knows?
Think about the positives.
Terrible
Think
interjection.
about the positives, sir.
No,
Well-
it depends. You have to catch them in the right age because, like,
Right.
no, at the
You
wrong
have to groom them, one could say.
right
Okay.
at the wrong age of coming in with a Jamaican or integrated stepfather.
Yes.
Like it's animosity, it's development of hatred and stuff. Coming at the right age,
Right.
it's your stepdad is rolling the weed for you and your little waistman
Right.
friend. Then when your
What's
mother
the best
gone
age
out.
to mentally
renter dreads
destabilize a
never,
child, like
never
Sarah
really
just said.
acknowledge the child. That's the kindest
No,
thing they can do for
No,
them.
they have to acknowledge the child because, like, remember, because now with the past, back in the day, you probably didn't have to because your family and stuff wouldn't be privy to all the things unless they're around you or they were like there. But now with the passage of social media and all these things,
Oh,
and
yeah,
people
know
have
your
more
mother all the
information
time.
and can
Yeah.
Google these things.
Sure.
Now they have to. Case in point, on 90 Day Fiance, a Jamaican marrying this woman from like Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin,
Remember
right?
that one?
As she meet the son, he bud want teach the boy football and take him to karate. The best relationship with the son.
of course.
He's like, I
He's,
do
no,
think
but he
would
was
you
working
say
for that
he's the
green
father
card.
that stepped up, Lexi?
he is.
Okay.
He is. And then like right now, like the relationship better with the son than the mother.
Okay.
It's a complicated relationship that she finds herself in when she gets to Jamaica because as much as she
It's
says,
complicated. Trying
Was she
to
furloughed before Jamaica?
what are you talking about?
Or did she just take a I can't remember.
Oh, well, no. She just randomly said, "Hey, I'm going to Jamaica."
No, she
Just
literally
felt
saw a Sandals commercial.
Yeah.
And she's like, I gotta get out.
Yeah, she calls
Oh,
up.
okay.
She calls up her good friend Whoopi Goldberg.
Quincy was gonna go stay with his father for 2 weeks. And
Right.
She's like, I'm gonna go.
She had free time, and then she was playing the piano sadly to herself, drinking wine to herself, and looking sad. Then she sees the commercial and sees herself in the commercial, and then she calls up Whoopi Goldberg and says, "Let's go to Jamaica."
Yeah, let's
and then
get some
she calls her back, and she's like, "Let's not go to Jamaica." And Whoopi Goldberg's like, "Sorry, we're already going."
Well, fuck you.
And then when they
That's like
get
a
there,
Already booked.
it's the first morning,
Right.
which I love Whoopi Goldberg in this. I have to say,
Yeah,
I
horny
love
as
her
fuck.
in
Love it,
everything.
yeah. She's great.
I look. Not that is she horny as fuck. She's also like, you can run on the beach.
Sure.
Like, you know, as people that go to hotels.
Oh yeah,
And
the
they
niggas who
actually-
jogging in the morning.
They
Yeah.
actually jog in the morning.
Yeah.
They use the gym, but then you have the other people who go to hotels and just like, this is
I'm
where I
laying
come
down,
to
my
not
nigga.
do
I'm laying
that.
down, my nigga.
And that's the friendship that you have here. And then one morning when Stella is by herself because her friend is just like, I'm not on your early morning shit, she meets a lovely young man.
Young man by the name of Winston.
Bald Winston.
Bald Winston.
Comes over and he's just...
Winston Shakespeare.
Winston Shakespeare.
Right.
Honestly, I thought it was gonna be. If they were gonna be right and accurate, it should have been Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
He is just
He looks
flirtatious.
more like Othello, if you ask me.
Okay, flirtatious from the jump. He's putting it on her constantly and consistently,
Yeah, he trying
and
to
it works. But I have a theory about his accent.
Sure. He's Bayesian.
No, it's just you get a Brad Pitt right in
Yeah.
Meet Joe Black.
Yes,
No,
yes,
I
yes,
think
yes,
that was
yes.
no.
Calm,
Brad was more
calm,
accurate
calm.
than
I
Tate-
can't.
than
You
Tate
can't
Diggs.
have that reaction every time that it comes up. All right, and this is just like a point in the discussion.
This comes up every 3 episodes. I think.
Because we've talked about your feelings on it, and yeah, sure, we've concluded it's not that bad of an accent.
Yeah.
It probably at the time it's just like, oh, it's not exactly Jamaican, but
Sure.
we've heard so much
Close
worse.
enough, Bradley.
But you get that for like a minute tops, minute 30,
Yeah.
right? You can just knock in and knock out, do something like
Right.
that. Brad Pitt could not
No.
consistently do that accent
no.
for a whole movie.
No.
So here you have Tate Diggs. He's a young man,
You don't know who's
right?
that.
He's a theater kid,
Yeah.
right? He
What
has.
theater? That's where. That's what.
I think he was in a New York conservatory, I think. Yeah.
All I know is he was in Rent.
He was in Rent, yeah.
But he's got this.
And Rent was due on this picture.
Oh, I thought you meant in
found
the
out
movie.
while he was in
I thought
Rent.
you were
that
in the
he
movie.
got
Tay
the
Diggs.
role.
Tay
I know
Diggs.
he was in
Street.
Rent.
Yeah.
But I thought you were talking about his career in the movie, not in
No,
real life.
no.
He was in
Tay
Rent.
Diggs
He
in a
was
real life,
I
not
know.
Winston. Yeah.
He was in the play
He was a
Rent,
bad guy
and
in
then he
Rent.
found out that that he got the role for Stella,
Right.
And then he streaked naked
In
through
the
the
theater,
theater, like in celebration.
Sure.
Wow.
I mean, okay. Cool. Actors are weird.
No one
man.
took pictures of that.
I'm sure someone did. Yeah. So he's got this role. He's a leading role. He's got lots of lines in this. Lots of lines.
He's like, this is my Denzel moment. I've
He
made it.
is constantly talking up a storm in
Yep.
this. He
Yep.
needs something he can maintain
My chat bad.
for 2 hours long.
Yep.
And I don't know if he could have done the musical Jamaican patois that people know
Sure.
for 2 hours
Right.
at his age and
Right.
his experience. So he just does what he can manage, which is
Bayesian.
the basic kind of cadence of some
I guess,
Caribbean
right.
region. And it's
Every
just,
30 minutes he throws in a mon. Or
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, it's
No
just
problem.
it's as Maria said, it's the way that hotel staff is kind of trained to talk to
Yeah.
foreigners, where they're just
Speaking
like
his accent so they understand you.
speaking
Yeah.
English, but like make it little vibes,
Make
little
it
spice
have
on
vibes
it.
English, because if you talk too proper, then they're
Right.
gonna be offended
Right.
that
Yeah.
you speak
Exactly.
standard English.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Yeah, you're ruining the fantasy.
you're in the because when I went to America in the summer, everybody was mad at me, and they're like,
speaking
"You don't
English.
sound Jamaican, you
Yeah.
sound British."
Marie,
I'm
do you
like,
know that
we were
once a
colonized.
week in Pete and Paul, I got the, so what part of America are you from? Just because I spoke.
Oh, same for me.
Can I one up?
Do you remember that time in high school? Because Mom and I went to the same high school. And Damien, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
When those
sorry, Lexi.
Championate.
Lexi.
Sorry.
my bad.
I don't have to
Lexi.
talk about it on the podcast.
No, I know. That's
You
why I
know-
didn't
you know we
mention the
constantly talk
name.
I went to
Like,
extra lessons up there too.
Everybody
that's
did.
fine, but there was a period in time when they got some missionaries to visit or school, and so these white people from like Nebraska or some
Oh
middle
my
America,
God! Stop.
they're like, "How hard is your life here?" And then watching my
At
classmates.
Campion, the most uptown school.
The most uptown school, and then the guys were just like sinking into the true Jamaican man of who they were meant to be. Like, you know,
Right.
it's so rough, man.
I have to
you
play
live at
with
Cherry
them.
Gardens. What are you talking
Yeah.
about? Yeah, man, it's so rough. I'll never forget. And she was just like, wow. And you guys live in like a shack. He's like, yeah, you know, I have to share a room with my family, and I just no, because the fantasy is just so ingrained in there
their
that
head,
they
yeah.
don't,
The
they're not
cat
looking
thing.
around.
Right.
They're not looking around one at the
Show
people.
me your mud hut, little
They
black
don't
child.
even look and realize that there are fellow white people at the school,
as well, yeah.
in the uniform with them.
Well, Mary, those are the Baka Masters, obviously.
Right. They're probably thinking they're
No,
from
so yeah,
international.
the fantasy that is sold about Jamaica.
Yeah. That's the accent that he's doing.
Yeah.
And what it just makes it that he always sounds just a little bit surprised. He's just like
Stella,
"Yeah,
she's talking
Stella."
about.
You know, and it's like, dude, I mean, I appreciate you trying. But
Sure.
here's the thing. It's like he's
Trying
trying
and accomplishing is two different
he's
things.
trying so hard. I can tell he's trying very hard.
Oh no, Tay Diggs is like, I've made it. This is my moment.
But like it's also just not even close to good enough.
Right.
You know?
Here's the thing, not a single American gave a fuck.
No.
This movie was a hit.
Yeah, and that's what I knew going into it was that, because this is the first time I've watched it. I always heard about it, obviously. Anytime a movie was made
My
here.
mom had the VHS of this. I
Yeah.
don't think I've watched it since I was 6.
Yeah, I know the poster very well. I know the one scene of him like playing video games with the kid.
Right.
And
he's playing a first-person two controllers.
Yeah.
They're playing a one-screen first-person shooter,
Yeah.
and they're complaining. I'm like, guys, split the screen.
Yeah.
At least.
And
You want too much?
I had seen little bits in the later part of the movie where she's
Yeah.
like, I'm not so sure about this, and he's eating Cocoa Pebbles in the bed and all that.
Yeah.
So I didn't know
The man is 20.
earlier stuff, right? So I always thought that this was going to be more of like a clash of cultures kind of thing.
Right.
But it's just like,
No, it's an age
not
gap.
really.
They
It's
left out
just
The
our
whole movie is
culture.
age gap.
it's just
The whole-
there's nothing
it became age
distinctly
gappy.
Jamaican about it. Really,
No.
he could have been from
But
anywhere.
first
Right.
of all, the fact is,
They're in the
he's
hotel
eating
for like
Cocoa
4 scenes
Pebbles.
and then they did.
Better that line that would have been like, he's eating Cocoa Pebbles, but every time he says he's eating cornflakes with the Cocoa Pebbles, the man are eating on bed. Something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Everything. When Stella,
Yeah, exactly.
something.
When Stella went back to LA, I got so upset because I'm like, wait, the Jamaican part over.
Exactly.
That was
It's
it?
like, whoa. There's so much more
I
you
thought
could
this
do.
was a Jamaica movie. What's happening?
Like have him take her to like remember in Lunatic
she was gone
when he
mad
takes
long.
the German when he into the bar and
Yeah.
she's just like saying bumba all over the place
Right.
like
Give me that.
into
Give me
it,
that.
you know.
But she was gone very long.
What to
Like she spent,
Jamaica?
I'm like, this is a very long vacation, miss, for
Yeah.
somebody over
So
full-time
remember, she got
job.
fired, but I guess she still has
That's why I
like.
was asking if she got fired and then going.
She got checks coming in.
No. So
She was
she just said to them, "I'm going to Jamaica. I'm taking some days." And then when she gets back, they're
like,
just like,
Like,
"Can't
law, we
log
merged
in
your
for
yeah,
now,
redundancies.
Yeah.
And then later in the movie, they're just like, "Turns out you're really good at your job, so we'd like you to come back."
Right.
But at this point, she's been.
It's too late. I've discovered the fact that I really
love
like
furniture.
making furniture.
Yes, I like making
that plot
furniture.
twist I didn't
I
see.
can afford
Can I
this
tell you
house
the
making
plot
some
twist
chairs.
I didn't see was fucking Whoopi Goldberg's cancer
Right,
diagnosis.
out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, halfway through, I'm just like, oh, this is kind of like, oh, it's a fun rom-com. Oh, look, he's young, she's old. Oh, it's so fun.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
But
bam,
to make a reason to
cancer.
bring them back together, because what other reason would he have come up to LA for?
Yes, and then he comes into the funeral with his three-piece suit
Yep.
and in the angelic light behind him,
Right.
like, oh, Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Well, remember, at the end of the day, Winston rich, you know. Winston parents
Yo,
have money.
Winston
have money.
parents have- yeah.
That's
Them
what I
have
was
a piece
supposed
of
to be like.
proper tape on the hill.
Because
Yeah.
I'd be like, if it was real, he wouldn't even know what Cocoa Pebbles is. But his parents have slaves. Sorry, they have servants.
Servants,
Workers.
yes.
Damn it, you know he lives in the house that the Bakamas live in Lunatic.
Yes, yeah.
Same like nice
Yep.
proper house up there.
Yeah, and I feel like, as Marie, you were saying, we've seen it so much in the last like 2 weeks of people and their disgusting comments about Jamaica and just not really appreciating that. Oh yeah, there is civilization here because they watch movies or I guess. With movies like how Stella got her groove back,
Right.
they see it as just, oh, this is a Hollywood fantasy. Jamaicans don't actually live like that.
Right.
But in fact, there are
Oh
several.
no, one Jamaican has a nice house.
There
I
are
guess.
several well-off Jamaicans like
It's
Winston's
even worse
parents.
than that, right? Because like, especially Black Americans as a whole do it, but
Yeah.
I guess it's more potent from Black Americans when they come
No,
here
they are more
to.
for said. They are more for said.
Yeah, they come here to live out their
Fantasy.
White people,
Yeah.
the white
White people
of the
fantasy.
like
Caribbean.
ruler on
Yeah.
the thing.
They go there
fantasies.
for a taste of slavery.
Yeah, my friend in high school, she went to school in New York, so she moved when we were like when we were like 10, 11. So she did 1 year high school before she moved to New York. And so our parents didn't really want us to separate, so like every summer I'd stay with her. But I remember when she called us crying because her math teacher, she wouldn't believe that her house, like she took a picture of our house in Portmore, and her math teacher didn't believe that this was Jamaica and Jamaicans don't live in real houses, and put her in detention because she's lying about just like a Portmore house friend.
Yeah, well, it happened to my uncle too. It's like and that was decades ago. Because he's old.
Everything. But if you live in like Google times,
Yeah.
be like
Well, it
Kingston,
wasn't-
Jamaica.
But the
It wasn't
problem-
Google-
but then the
Google Trends,
problem-
it would be
the-
like 2001.
No, but he's
You can
saying.
Google.
facts.
But like Google now is just gonna tell you what you want to see because the algorithm is gonna feed your racist, bigoted viewpoint.
Facts.
No,
And
no, you just be like Kingston, Jamaica.
Yeah.
The real Kingston, Jamaica.
right. and because that I feel like this movie does that's what frustrated me so much was watching it. It really disappointed me because I was really wanting Stella to
Go into the ghetto.
go into like not the ghetto necessarily.
But go on a roadside bar.
Yeah,
Go
Alright, the most you get is they have their pajama party at the hotel.
Also, those two side characters that was like part with
the horny
Whoopi.
niggas, yeah.
I swear to God, I don't know if they like have to, whenever they're booking every week at the hotel, they make sure they have like those characters because I've never gone to a hotel and never.
Oh, them
have
niggas
two
always there.
They're always
just
there.
like
They're
that.
Them
always
horny
there,
niggas
yeah.
always
And then
there.
even in Club Paradise.
Yeah.
You ever watch Club Paradise?
No.
Club Paradise with Robin Williams. He shot that out here.
Yeah.
Which we
Okay.
should do.
Okay.
It was shot out by Frenchman's Cove. Sorry,
Oh,
right?
nice.
So essentially, he's like a Chicago fireman who had a one last fire and is like, fuck this, I'm gonna open up a hotel in Jamaica.
Sure.
Nice.
As you do.
And on it, they're like these two creepy guys played by the dad from American Pie
Oh, Eugene Levy. Yeah.
and the from Ghostbusters, the one that the little nerdy guy
Oh,
who
Rick
got turned
Moranis.
into
Oh shit, we should watch this. This sounds
Yeah.
great.
those
That sounds
two
amazing.
those two were the
shit, Jimmy Cliff's in it.
Oh, we should. Oh, next year. Oh, August.
yeah.
August next year, dog.
I thought you guys had us on the list. Yeah, but like, so they play the American version of those creepy guys, and I was like, I swear to God, I've never been to a hotel in Jamaica that don't have those two guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I feel like in booking, they're like, oh. This
No,
week
when
we
you're
have-
casting, you have
we
to
have
have
bare
horny
normal
niggas.
people. Like even just
Have
in
to
real
have
life, we're
horny
bare normal people. We have to have two creepy
I mean,
uncles.
is it a hotel in Jamaica if there isn't a creepy white man
There ha-
and a creepy
Batman?
black
There
man?
Yeah.
has to be both.
But I felt like Whoopi Goldberg, like they could have done better, but Whoopi's just like, I'm on borrowed time. I don't have a lot of time on this
Hurry
earth.
up, dog.
I gotta find what I can get, so that she finds the most desperate guys
I
there.
love Whoopi in this.
Whoopi's
like,
great
can I
in
tell
this.
you like both of them
Every
being
line of
there?
dialogue she has is just like I'm cracking up. Even when she's in the hospital bed and she's roasting the niggas from the past that smell funky, and it's like this is great stuff. I'm so sorry you're about to die because you're gonna like all of the joy is gonna leave this movie. It's just gonna be Angela Bassett looking morose and crying, and Tay Diggs like pouting like a child and then saying I'm not a child. It's like this movie is a little bit repetitive.
Also, strangely, like this was my first exposure to like a black person on screen having cancer.
Okay.
And I was just like, so when black people have cancer, them turn grey because she looked grey as shit in that hospital. But I was just like, so
No,
you just
that makeup
we
team
just,
had to like,
we just
okay,
go
Whoopi dying.
monochromatic
Yeah.
when we get cancer.
I mean,
I do
mean, it
appreciate
kinda does.
Buddy and Nate, who are the pervy guys in
Yeah.
this. They just fully
Them
commit.
there for fuck Whoopi. Them
Like
not-
like at the
you don't think
pajama
Whoopi give one of
party.
them a
party.
piece?
Oh, definitely. What do you
She
mean?
give a lick-
There's a whole side movie of what Whoopi did in
What
that
Whoopi
in
did?
the in
Oh
the
yeah,
hotel.
Whoopi is fucking
Whoopi-
right off camera.
How
Whoopi's
Stella
making
got her
Whoopi.
groove back and how Whoopi.
Yeah, Whoopi.
in
Guys, did
Jamaica.
we enjoy the Lisa Hannah pajama?
I was gonna
party?
say I've mentioned the pajama party like 3 times, and I'm just like, will somebody take the
Right.
Lisa Hannah bait?
Here's the thing. That pajama
Lisa
party
Hannah was in it?
started.
Yes, Lisa Hannah was in it.
Yeah, she was DJing. She was
she-
like, she was
Lisa
like, the-
Hannah
she was
was
the-
a
that was the-
DJ?
that was the- she was the club DJ.
She runs up to the DJ table. She grabs the mic and I think she announces, "Here's the part where you take your clothes
Yeah,
off."
this is naked
This
time.
is yeah.
Yeah.
And she looks gorgeous,
Right.
Because
Yeah.
this is 1998.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
friggin'
it's
Lisa
Lisa
Hannah.
Lisa Hannah.
Yes.
Anyway, she did that, and everybody started to get it naked, and I'm like, oh, this PG-13 movie just got rude. I'm
Yeah.
seeing some
HBO?
titties. Right, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, when did this become hedonism?
No,
My
honestly,
goodness.
yeah. Brittany said hedonism this because I mean, where was it? It was Round Hill.
It's Round
Yeah,
Hill.
Round Hill. They didn't make
It wasn't Round Hill Road, but it was filmed
Yeah,
at Round
they filmed
Hill.
it
But
Round
they
Hill.
called
Yeah.
it something
They call it
else.
something. Yeah.
Also, like I love that Whoopi and something there had like big money because they could have
Oh, them niggas was
they
raw.
could have shared a villa,
Them
but
niggas-
they both got their own
Oh no, and in
two-story
our own villa, and
villas.
Whoopi over there in our own
I'm
villa.
like, they have rooms at this place. You ain't have
And
to do a
Alexa,
villa.
when she come back, she don't rent out that
Sure,
big
they have
house.
big old
Yeah.
private
Yeah.
food.
I was trying to figure out how much.
What's the price on
How
this?
much this shit cost in 1997?
Okay, so the first trip is like she's a paid woman at that point.
Right.
But the second trip,
Yeah.
she ain't got no
She got
fucking
no
job.
money. She ain't got no money
Like-
coming in.
like,
Cash
I
out my
don't-
This-
401.
this-
She
this
was,
is-
but
this
she
is
was
put
an,
on money. This is
but
put
she
on
was
money.
an executive.
Executive.
No,
in
man, I say she
1997.
don't have money, you know. I'm just saying at that point you don't go spend on
like,
the lavish
What
Jamaican
I enjoy
trip.
most about this black movie ain't no poor people in this movie.
No.
Right? Because her house at LA upon the hill,
Yes.
pretty.
And it's
the villa,
so many
pretty.
rooms.
poorest
Also,
person
that
was her.
shower is bigger than some people's
Oh, yeah.
bathrooms.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but then
6
here's
man
the
could
ones-
come through the fucking
But
I
Damien,
understand.
Stella really get a groove back then.
but Damien, here's how you know say she did have money for that show because remember say She never remember says she did have equipment for make furniture in
Exactly.
her. Just
She always tried to run back.
her Hobby Lobby furniture making kit in the garage.
She's
just
like, oh, I've been here so
pouring.
long. Oh my
Yeah.
First of
goodness.
all, Winston, I just saw that it was just wild to me that he was gonna leave after he proposed, and he
Right.
was gonna leave and go to med school.
Right.
This is not a simple endeavor. This was just an uptown youth that did
Right.
come for.
Here's the
this
thing,
baby.
Winston has choices.
Yeah.
Because if he go back to Jamaica, increase.
Yeah.
If he put this rich man,
There's
increase.
never-
There's no danger for him at
Winston
any point.
has an Oedipus complex
Right.
because Stella is just his mother without being beaten.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Right,
Damn.
but we don't know if
No,
Stella
Stella
will.
can be
Damn.
mean. Like, see what we're talking about. Stella can be mean.
I kept being like the movie is inconsistent about Winston standing in life because in one point, okay, he just is at the hotel and doesn't know what to do with his life, and
Yeah.
he has a job starting up, but like he has to beg for little leave.
Right.
But then it's like
No, I
okay,
think the chef job is rough.
No, but
no,
it's-
I know. I'm just
He's
saying.
kinda done for whatever,
He
though.
does that, but then he visits his parents, and his parents have this lavish house on the hill.
Yeah.
And then he goes to America after Whoopi Goldberg dies, and they're trying
Yeah.
out their life together.
I
and
guess he quits the chef
and then,
job?
But then he's like, "Oh, I can't pay for dinner."
Right.
And then it's like, "Oh, now he's buying her this equipment to go into her furniture
Right.
room."
Here's the thing, I'm very
and
iffy
then he
on
can
the
just
passage
pay
of time in this movie.
for med school
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
randomly. And also, bro, you want to go to med school? Why the fuck are you going back to Jamaica? They have med schools in America.
No. So hold on. So I have a theory of like
No, that's what she
what
said stands for that
Winston's
then.
lore
Yeah.
was, right? So I think Winston was an uptown youth who like would have gone to
Uptown
Campion.
country, yeah.
Right, right.
Uptown country. It's a whatever. What's that boys' school? Whatever. He would have gone to
Goldman.
Oh, yeah.
Knox College or something like that, right? And he's supposed to go to med school and stuff, right? But
Yeah.
he go to his parents and like, no, I want a gap here. I don't know what I want to do. And I was like, we're not really into that, but you're not about to be idle. So you want to
Right.
live like a impoverished person.
Here's the thing, I think-
our cousin owns
I
this
buy that.
hotel.
I buy
You're
that.
working in the
Right.
kitchen to learn how working
Right.
goes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
for the
yeah.
summer to figure out what you want to do.
his papa, Carl Lumley, just like Western Union name, whatever, but he's like, dog, have a year for figure out yourself.
Right,
Yeah,
or we're going
facts.
dysentery.
Yeah.
So like,
Right.
here what you're gonna do.
Here's your
No.
gap
Work
year.
at the
Hold on.
hotel and
No,
see how the
no,
other half
no,
lives
you
since you want to
point-
give up
point-
your
No,
life.
you get a gap year. don't
Point
you
of
know?
information: Carl Lumley does not play his father. Carl Lumley plays the doctor who is
Oh,
trying
right,
to
right,
pursue
right,
Stella.
right, right.
It's Glyn Turman
Glyn
who
Turman,
plays the
okay,
doctor,
I
who
saw that.
plays his father.
Well, then who was Danny Glover playing?
Danny Glover's not.
Oh
in
no,
it.
he got cut. He's the old man who was
He's
hitting
the old
on
man that was
who was
with
hitting
the-
on
with
Stella,
the
but
rose.
he got cut.
What are you
I
talking
know
about?
most of his scenes got
Stella
cut,
is in the pool and
Yeah.
she's like, come in the pool, come chat, and she's like, come chat to me. This old guy's in here.
Oh,
There's
okay.
an old guy in the back.
Okay.
That's supposed to be Danny Glover, but they cut his
Oh.
subplot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait,
okay,
also
I got
can
it.
we, as you said, a pool. It took me until I was adult years old
Mm-hmm.
to realize that he was fingering Stella in the
Oh, for
pool.
sure, for sure.
Oh, that it took
For
you
sure.
that long?
I was so confused.
Yep.
I was just like, why is she? Ooh, I didn't know.
No,
I
that's
wasn't
why when
entirely
he
sure
slapped
what
her
was
back in
going
the hotel
on.
room, she got like kind of freaked out.
I didn't know because he was like, is he watching? And I was just like, I'm not sure. I was like, what the water cold? I never know what was
Lexi,
going
them
on
niggas-
until
them
I was
niggas
an adult
fucking in
years
this
old.
hotel.
They
Yeah,
were
yeah.
fucking.
Them niggas.
And
I didn't know.
All right, so like it's an interesting development of this courtship, right? Because at first she's just like, no, I'm not entertaining this because she's a grown woman.
Right.
I'm a girl
Um,
woman.
I fucked enough 20-year-olds for my lifetime. thank you.
But yeah, when I was 20. But then like I like how at the dance it kind of starts out really awkwardly.
Yeah.
Like I like when dancing isn't immediately, oh, this is choreographed.
Right.
It's just like, oh, this is how normal
No,
people
they-
get
they're-
into
they're-
it together.
They're doing it. That's
Yeah.
the one Jamaican like well earned,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
yes that's
This
how
is
it
this
is.
Once-
is how you start at the
Once
dance
the
when you first
hotel
get
party
there.
start, you
Right,
start getting
right.
into the
Right.
foolishness.
And then I like how when they're deciding, like when she says, "Do you want to be intimate with me?" Like listen, Angela Bassett ever says that in my life, I'm just
Sign me up,
I've
Chief.
made it. I've made it
Yes.
in life.
Honestly,
Even now to this
it
like
takes
at
a
this age,
strong man
for
because
sure.
the way
When
she
and
acts, that
where.
would have knocked down my ego
No,
as
for
a
sure,
man.
for
Like,
sure, for sure.
do you want to be intimate with me?
Yeah.
Like the way that confidence, I feel like as a
The
20-year-old,
dynamics have changed.
The fact that he took that, and I was like, I feel like any other man would have been like,
Yeah,
and he was just
Here's the
like,
thing, this is not Winston's first rodeo, right?
No.
Winston is in fact ready to settle down
Yeah.
at this point. He's
He's
like,
like,
I've
I've-
done enough.
I've
he usually
chased
waits
enough.
a week,
I'm
and
ready
when
to
they
find out
fly
what
out, you know, he's just that great Jamaican story he tells.
Yeah.
But this time he's like, actually, let me go with you.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. That's the only difference.
But then after that, when she's like, she decides, let's just put all the cards on the table.
Yeah.
And then when they're deciding to be intimate, and then like he B's a little bit too playful, and
Right.
she's not really
He is
receiving
20.
it, and then she gets playful back, and you can kind of feel them,
Yeah,
meeting
it's a good
each other.
dynamic,
It's a good dynamic when it gets there. It's just, for me, like, the movie does not need to be 2 hours long. There's a whole half hour of hemming and hawing about their age difference, and it's like
Right.
to the point where the characters themselves are frustrated with this
Yeah.
whole thing, and he's just like, how many, you gonna say it like 50 more times?
Here's
Like,
the thing: that whole subplot of her going back to LA before going back, cut that the fuck
Cut
out.
it out.
Why do we need that?
Yeah.
Why do we need that?
yeah.
Like, I love you, Regina King. Cut that pussy gallows.
Yeah.
We do not need
I
that.
do like the sisters though in this.
Sisters
like
are
the,
great.
the sisters.
Did you like the Queen Ramonda foreshadowing
Yeah.
when they're on the spot?
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Shit.
No, I like that. It felt like a real sibling dynamic. Like there's some parts of this in the dialogue where it's just like, oh, this is like you've put actual thought in, not in the Jamaican scenes,
No.
but in all of the American scenes, except for like,
Well, because then those are real people.
Yeah.
Jamaicans aren't real.
no, Jamaicans are like just
The Americans are real characters.
yeah.
We're
but
all just characters.
I mean, the job thing is just like she needs aid. I don't even know what the fuck she does. She walks into a
Stocks,
She's an
room.
executive.
stocks.
Right.
She's
She's
the Wolf of Wall Street, Damon.
Right.
She's yeah.
Which is why when they offered her back a job,
Yeah.
they were offering her damn near 300,000.
Right. It's Mr. Anderson
In
from Titanic. Right.
1996.
Good money.
Yeah.
1996.
That's-
Here's the thing. Once again, Stella rich.
But the
Stella
movie came out
good.
in 1998.
Stella good.
98, yeah.
Yeah.
So what? It was 1996 in the movie.
Oh no, I'm just thinking
96,
of the
97 when they filmed it, yeah.
real life movie of when they filmed it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
big money, you know.
Big money.
Because 300,000 now is big money. So can you
Yeah.
imagine back then?
Yeah.
That's why.
Once again, Stella
That's
yeah
why
look
Stella
nice.
got her own villa.
Stella
Twice.
look nice.
Yeah. But I mean, I like it enough. Like, I don't think I'll ever watch it again. I think
No,
this
I
is
think
gonna be.
no.
I think
this is my last go around with
Twice in a
Stella.
lifetime was enough for me.
Actually, me rewatching this for the podcast, I was just like,
Yeah.
God, I like you guys.
And it's like it's funny because
I like seeing Jamaica
I did
in the
not
background,
rewatch it.
too.
I was just like I was like I really
your
can't.
recall of this is better than some of the movies that you watch in preparation for the podcast. So
Because
I'm
this movie was just so ridiculous, and then like I'll
Yeah.
never, whenever like the problem is there are tidbits from the movie that I will randomly interject with me and my cousin because we're
Yeah.
just like quoting movies. So
Yeah.
we'll be like whenever somebody do something where I'll be like, I love you, Stella, like some ridiculous shit. And then like honestly, if I ever date like foreigners, I feel like I need to sit down and watch this movie with them and
yeah,
be like,
yeah.
At the corner,
It's
yeah,
a test.
hey.
All right, so there's a few moments in this that I wanted to shout out. One when my man Quincy, he steps up and like him just like, yo, don't talk to my mother like that.
Right.
And that's the one
Yeah, Quincy's a
time.
good dude.
That's the one time when Winston's like Jamaican accent feels like it's taking form.
Yes.
Or he called him boy and
Right.
thing, and it's like.
I talk to them mother boy.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, but I like Quincy. I like the actor. He
Right.
seemed like.
I loved his breakfast fit because I used to rock the big shirt and
Right.
and PJs. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's an uptown child. That's me
Right,
right there. I
right.
see it.
What other moment did I like the cookout that they go to. Like
Yeah.
it feels very
That's
you know
good.
it's a nice community bit. I like how when Stella and Tay Diggs, not Tay Diggs, Stella and Winston are having an argument. She just takes one look at that man in the shower and just like, I'm not mad anymore.
Right.
And then the movie
Look
just
at that
goes,
soapy ass butt, yo. I gotta get in on that.
but then this is actually an example of sex scenes informing the plot and being
right.
Right.
like
That's the forgiveness sex scene.
and
Makes sense,
a lot of the sex scenes in this movie are just
further.
they're well it's not just that but they're showcasing where the characters are at the time, the dynamics of the relationship, like you know that's something that we talk about all the time is missing from cinema these days.
Right.
Is
Yeah, I
like
hate a sex scene for the sake of a sex scene.
yeah I mean
I like a sex scene that
That's
furthers
porn.
a plot.
Character
or at
development
least
and
character
Yeah.
development.
And
But
plot,
this
yeah.
movie, this entire movie was character development, which is fair.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing. I think it's so cute when
What
they're in
did
the hotel
Winston
room.
end up doing?
he decided to
to
stay
school,
with
go to
her
school.
and then go to school in America.
Stanford, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, still go to medical school?
Stanford, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'll be like, plot twist, maybe he always wanted to be a chef.
Maybe.
So,
but I also love
he doesn't commit to medical school.
Yeah.
He can,
Yeah.
but he doesn't commit. She's just like, why don't you go to Stanford instead out here? And
But
he's
I love how they
cool.
made it seem like, yo, you can just transfer to Stanford, light work.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
The-
Stanford
the-
isn't a hard school to get into.
Once again, Winston got his green card. Stella can sort it out for him. easily.
Stella have the connection.
Wait, are we at the part where we can tell Damien what happened in the real life?
Oh well, before you do that, that's why I just also shout
Let's
out.
say that for after
There,
podcast.
there's a scene where when they're having the fight at the dinner table and she's just
Yeah.
like, you know, all you do is play video games with my son
Right. And watch Lion King. And I'm like, that's a good movie.
And Rental the Lion King. And like, so everything she says, I'm
says
just...
Booty Call and Lion King. I'm like, I'd love to watch Booty Call and
It's
Lion
like,
King.
as she's describing her... Oh, go ahead.
No. Actually, go. I'm going to go
Yeah.
outside.
As she's describing her misgivings, it's like there's a sliding scale where I'm not with her anymore. Because, like, okay, playing video games with your son, all right. I mean, at least he's bonding with the kid, but I get it. If he's just doing that all the time, I'm not a job, I understand.
Yeah.
Renting movies that are classics, I'm sorry, you have a problem with quality. But then the last thing where she's like, stop making food that's just going to give us heartburn. I'm just like, I'm sorry, you don't appreciate quality food.
Wow.
Also, I'm like, but my thing about it is like, what you talking about heartburn? Like, I don't see this man have a jerk pan or do you know major seasoning. Like, you're a black
It's
woman.
probably nothing
so unless
major.
like
Probably just fried chicken.
and she doesn't strike me. Granted, they have money, but it don't strike me as only eat like uptown people food.
It's California. Yes, she absolutely only eats greens and
no,
uptown
but
food.
I mean, it's like soul food was seasoned. So why is she afraid of little?
She's not from the south, so she's not a soul food kind of woman.
So was she like tacos and them thing there?
She's a woman from California that works as a stockbroker. She is fully immersed in whiteness.
So
she
like
don't eat
lobster thermidor and them thing there.
maybe little pasta. She don't eat black food. So Winston was probably just cooking fried chicken.
Yeah.
And cooking
She
fried
eats.
dumplings.
That's what made me go like, oh, you're kind of a white woman a little
She's
bit. In terms of
basically
your
a white
culinary
woman.
food, like your culinary
And then
stylings.
all the things she was nitpicking, it was just like, it was so, like you said, it was nonsensical, but it was just because she couldn't call out what was annoying to her.
Right.
She feels guilty about the fact that he's so
Exactly,
young.
yeah.
And so everything that reminds him that he's young
Yeah.
is what annoys her.
Exactly.
And so
And it's
everything
just
she
him
points
being
to it.
himself, yeah.
But wait, I can't remember. Did they bring in the ex-husband at any point?
Yeah, they did.
What
They're
was
cool.
what was the problem? Why did she and the ex-husband did mash up? Because he was like a boring jerk, right?
I think he cheated on her, right?
I don't remember
I
a
don't think it was
cheating subplot. I
explicitly.
think it was just like, oh, it just didn't work out.
It
There's
just
a
didn't
vibe I
work
got.
out,
Yeah.
but-
Because then I would be like, that would kind of make sense if like she go from this man who probably like overworks and didn't want to do nothing
Okay,
fun.
so
when she had fun
But
with
she
Winston,
overworked because she's a stockbroker.
yeah.
It's not
But
a
then
life
like
of
I'm sure when she come home,
balance.
she still wants a little vibes, not them probably just like
Yeah,
dry
I get the
conversation.
sense. I get the sense where it was like, okay, she seeks out Winston because this is obviously what's missing from her life, and she probably lived her life for such a long time, just set up in a certain way where it was all business all the time, and didn't even want to admit that this was something that was missing. So like, there's a scene where the ex-husband and Winston are talking, and it's probably one of my favorite scenes in the movie because the ex-husband is like, with Stella, you gotta be a strong man and you gotta stand up. And whatever she says, you need to come back and say something even, with
So
more
basically
back.
the American version of you see pride, you see power.
Yeah, pretty much. and then Winston just like, did that work for you? And he's just like, nah.
Exactly. So don't tell me nothing.
Yeah, and then
I love that clap back though. It's just
Yeah.
like, but
But you know how it works
Right.
out. You know, it's just like when Alexis Dana whatever his name is, married to Serena. I respect him. I just don't know his last name.
yeah.
Um,
I don't need to know his last name. I know his bank
he's
account.
Serena's husband. Exactly. When he went on the show with Stephen A. Smith, and he was like, "Hey, when I give advice on how to grow a successful business because I've done that and I've made billion-dollar businesses and I can give advice on that. You, however, are not married." Commenting on my wife
Yeah.
and our marriage. What the fuck you do that for?
Yeah.
So that was the energy I was getting from the scene. And I
Yeah.
love when men do that because honest to God, how are you, a broke, big back,
Yeah.
bad body bitch, trying to give me advice and you can't even be successful at the thing that you're giving advice about?
What I like about the scene is that it doesn't, like, he just laughs. He's just like, I'm aware of the fact that I'm just, like, it felt like when he was giving him advice, he knew that he was just kind of like
But that's so
fucking around.
authentically Jamaican
Yeah.
though.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'll insult you to your face and
Exactly.
laugh it
Yeah,
off
yeah,
with
yeah,
you.
yeah. And that's what makes us such an endearing team. I want to get into
Would have been
Paragons.
really. Well, sorry, can I say there's one thing I really?
Sure.
You know what I wish that would have been like? Because of course I just like, even though we've established that they've completely ignored our culture.
Yeah.
It would have been nice if at like the barbecue, it would have started a game of Ludi.
Yes,
Or
I would
Yes.
listen. I was
That
like,
would've been
okay,
perfect.
he's gonna just say nah, man, we need to play a real game here.
You're right.
And he's gonna put the cards aside and he's gonna bring out
Why
his
was that so
dominoes.
good, Dave?
That
Shit, I would have taken Dandy
just watched
Shandy
it
with
last
the
night.
kids.
Yeah, just give me something of my
Some
culture.
man. Make him bring
aside
a jerk
from
chicken. Make him bring some
Yeah.
festival.
yeah,
Something
just
to
make
the
make it so
man.
that they taste the food and it's too spicy or something like that. Anything.
Yeah, nothing
Give
was
us
really coming
something,
out.
man.
Yeah.
But like I said,
Not
this-
mesh marinas.
Yeah. But before we close out, because we're having to wrap up soon, we need to get into pack-ons. So, Lexi, what's our word for today?
Pineapple, because of
Pineapple.
the over
Very
sexualization
nice.
of the pineapple when
Very
Winston
nice.
bit into it.
Gotcha.
In
And
this
And also
movie.
pineapple being a thing that people think originates
For
here.
swingers.
Yeah, okay.
Pineapple is a symbol of swingers, and this
That's true.
resort was swinging.
It is.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't pineapple
so when you
the
go on
symbol
cruise,
of bombs? Because the Hawaiian people used to hide grenades in pine under
Jesus.
the
oh,
pine.
I
It's
never
dark.
know about that. But
Oh.
if you ever go on a cruise and you see people have a pineapple, like when they decorate the door and
Oh
have a
my
pineapple under, that means they're
God.
swingers. Upside down pineapple. Yeah.
Upside down?
They're trying to touch your
Gonna
private
get some
part.
ass.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Bam, who's your pineapple?
Glass bottle thing.
Listen,
Oh God.
I was
Made
overwhelmed
with
with
real,
pride.
real
That's what I'm saying.
grapefruits.
Yeah.
Made with real grapefruits.
Took me back.
Oh
Very
my
nice.
God.
Glass bottle thing, and specifically that bartender who's like, "Oh, is your mother this?"
Yes, that was
because
good.
they did not explain that this is not my mother. So like mentally, she could be like, "That boy is kissing his mother
Right.
at this bar." Like she did not get a further clarification.
Like he didn't
on
curve me. He's really just like
Yeah.
making out with his mother.
Mama,
Yeah. And which, you know, she's probably seen
I'm
that.
sure she wakes up in the middle of the night all the time in the quandary of not knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were.
Was I
black, so
rejected
that
or
was just-
should I call child services?
Right, right.
Who's to say?
Murray, who's your pineapple?
I'm gonna have to say Whoopi.
Per.
Okay. I mean,
Her.
she does. She's probably like part of my favorite scenes in the movie.
Yeah,
you know,
she's just the most straightforward character.
and she does
I'm
come
here.
in really strong.
Very
Like that
strong.
one
She
scene
knows
talking
who
on
she
the
is.
in the street.
Yeah, like she knows her best friend because, like I said, she says, "Let's go to Jamaica," and then she tries to dial it back. Too late, bitch. Book
Yeah.
the tickets.
Yeah.
She comes to Jamaica. Okay, you can do what you want to do. I'm here to fuck
Right.
and have fun.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Here to
And
get
she stuck
barracks.
to that. I love a person that sticks to
Yeah.
that.
Right?
Well, speaking of which, that brings it to my pineapple. Yeah, I shouted him out before, but I really like Quincy in this.
Good youth.
Yeah.
I think he's
Good dude.
such a good little boy. He says to his mother like, "Yo, please go have some fun. I'm going off with daddy. You don't have to look after me. Look after
Right.
yourself."
Right.
And
Like,
like,
go get somebody, please, Anton.
I mean, he doesn't say that, but he's just like, read between the lines, mom.
Sometimes.
I'd like a brother. I'd like a sister.
You
Anything.
need to calm down, mommy. Just
Yeah,
do what
look
you
at
have
it.
to do.
You're
Take a-
driving me crazy.
Take
like.
a one using me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you should always shout out when child actors, perform well because so many times they don't.
He gave the appropriate uptownness that I needed. From
Yes,
him.
yeah, he did. And I also liked when he was, he walked that line very delicately of like there's scenes where he's looking at Winston with a little bit of contempt when he
Right.
first meets him,
What,
but then
the
later
pool
on they're
scene
more
when he's talking to his cousin, I'm
Yeah.
like, this is accurate. I
Yeah.
know that emotion.
and it's like, oh, I'm very like locked in on this particular
Right.
character and his experience, and I kind of wish you could see a little bit more of that.
Right.
But I liked like when he stands up for his mom is when he really that's his, and when he's just like, all right, guys, let's calm down. Which I think we've said it already. Gonna need some therapy after this.
Oh, yeah.
Like this tumultuous, like
Yeah.
anytime a child has to be the one that is looking after the parents a little
Right.
bit, they're gonna
Yeah.
grow up with some
It kind
issues.
of also solidified another character aspect of Stella that
Yeah.
she's a boy mom.
Yeah, she's a boy
She's
mom,
that
and which
stereotypical, yeah, man.
That's why
Yeah,
she
man,
goes
that
after a
cringe
boy.
that
So because she
she's
couldn't
a-
kiss her son, she kissed somebody else's son.
pretty
Yeah.
much.
But
Pretty
her son
much.
is still
Oh, speaking
the
of medical.
man of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lexi, pineapple.
So I have two.
Jesus.
So mine is Whoopi because
Yes, of
period.
course.
Obviously.
Queen.
Whoopi is my no eyebrow having
right.
icon
That's right.
Queen.
as a
I
child.
dancing fucking.
Before I conform to like the norms of like getting microblading, but you don't know.
Sure.
And then it's Stella's sister, the one that run the
Regina?
No, the one that drive the ambulance.
Regina.
Her hair.
Oh, yeah.
That hair is
Yeah,
my
that's
pie
really
icon.
nice.
Always
Oh yeah,
had great
I
hair.
didn't know what the fuck was going on there.
I love that hair.
Like-
That 90s
How
hair.
long was
One down,
Angela
one up.
pregnant? Because I thought Angela was about
Angela was pregnant a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
That's why the timeline is
the
moving. Don't make
timeline
no
is fucked
sense.
up because
Yeah.
I'm just like, girl, they don't pop out yet.
I'm like, has a week passed?
She looked like her foot. The foot's been hanging out to
Yeah.
that cooch for a while. But yeah, I loved that
Alright.
hair, and I loved Whoopi.
Lexi,
Gotcha.
take us out with the true story of how Stella got her
Okay,
groove
so
back.
in the true story of how in the movie, Stella finds love. She and Winston live happily ever after. He gets his green card. They're happy. In real life,
That's
she
true.
was using Stella for a green card, and
true.
she found out he was fucking a man
That's true.
after he took some of her money and disappeared and went off with his
Lexi,
boyfriend.
he was very polite because he played straight for like
told
10,
her.
15
Yeah,
years.
he held it
her-
Very
though.
politely
He gave
played
her
fake
10 years.
husband. And
gave her
then
a couple
Like, he
years.
came out and
Because
was
that's
like,
it's like, well,
I feel
anyway,
like-
Terry.
I feel like the process did not pay, but it take a long them
Oh, yeah.
time there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he did that for all it, and then once he gets in paper, he's like, actually, I like to gargle balls.
but she did
Right.
sue him, you know.
Yeah, she did. Did she win?
She won, but she never enforced it because she withdrew the suit and they reconciled.
Yeah.
So basically,
They reconciled to what?
she's
They
like,
went on Oprah like they're
they went on
cool.
Oprah and they
Yep,
talked
you
it
can look it
out.
up. They're kind of cool.
And she was like, "We're not friends. We're not BFF, but I understand."
Yeah.
Because he went about, he could have done it in the most.
He
in
did
like
it
a
the
other
most
way.
polite way possible, yeah.
No, but she was saying that he intentional because he didn't just do it under the
Remember, he-
covers. He was very loud about it too.
Mm.
So she sued him for malicious intent,
Mm-hmm.
direct embarrassment, and she would have won if she didn't withdraw.
You know why I would have been more mad for her? Because
Hold on.
you could have been playing my I'm not sure tutti frutti husband, gay BFF, but instead you chose to play straight male eating Cocoa Puffs.
As a
and be-
Jamaican man.
As a Jamaican man.
Why is it shocking? It's a Jamaican man.
I
She
know,
look
but
the same
she
about
don't
her second
entirely know how
family.
Jamaican man stay. So the man could have been like, Jamaican people are like effeminate, so she could have a gay best
don't know.
friend.
I don't know
and
that
maybe
he
she wouldn't have
was.
sued.
I've
but then
never
it's like
heard
play-
effeminate said as effeminate. That's nice. I like that's a Lexism right there.
We've seen him. First of all, the fact that he actually had locks was hilarious to me. That and the fact that they left that out of the
He's
movie.
bald in the movie.
Because he was a prime rent-a-dread, and we never get the dread part of the
Yeah.
rent-a-dread with Tay Diggs, which is fine. Tay
Remember
was
lace
fine.
fronts never lace fronted properly back then, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think we
sure.
would. I think this movie it currently stands at like a 5 point something on IMDb. Yeah, as Bam said, it was a financial success. I feel like if he had the dreads, probably would have been a bigger financial success and probably would have had a worse rating on IMDb.
This was
Yeah.
an amazing success, but the real success out of this is Jamaica Tourist Board.
Yeah,
they
for
are the
sure.
winners.
I
of
mean,
this
MVP.
And
because-
Sandals.
Round of
This-
applause.
This
Yeah.
probably saved Sandals so much money.
Oh
for the
my
next
god!
4 years.
I know Butch was just like kicking up in feet when this
Yes,
released in
boom.
theaters. Like
Stella, Stella, you walk over my hotel.
Yeah.
because you already know, say just like imagine when Cool Runnings came out, and you know whenever they do those hotel games, they're like give
Yeah.
us a name. I'm sure Groove Back
Sanka.
Yeah.
and Cool Runnings were the top names in 1998.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Lexi, what's your final thoughts?
My final thought is still this is a real interesting take on the Oedipus complex. And the origin, and I love that this was, you cannot convince me that this isn't the origination of the plot of every 90-day fiance thing. But I love that but as a Jamaican, I'm going to take it as we inspire always. So even though they left out a lot of parts of our culture,
Yeah.
we inspire a whole genre of people marrying for green cards
Sure.
from Jamaica, and I support that because you know what? Reparations.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Murray?
You know what? If I like that they tried to make it a lot more meaningful. That it really was.
That really and truly follow your dreams and make furniture.
Yeah, or just go to a foreign country. Fuck, go back home.
Yeah.
That really
Don't bring the
was-
fuck home.
Yeah, don't bring the fuck home. But they had to make it like meaningful, and I like the attempt.
Yeah.
You know
I like the attempt
what would
of
have
it.
been great though? If they just she had this amazing week, she tried to make it work, then realized it couldn't work, and then it was like, him fuck her so good she inspired to make like an amazing piece of furniture that now is sold everywhere. That would have been a better happy ending.
Yeah, that's actually that's the kind of plot development.
But that would be the
furniture and
general
everything
plot
there.
of go abroad and fuck somebody and find yourself, which is like the Eat, Pray, Loves Under the Tuscan.
Right?
So you never end up
This
with
was
the
original
guy.
Eat, Pray, Love.
Yeah. You never really end up with the guy, but Stella got you go back. You do end up with the guy, which, you know, like I said, I like that they made it. They wanted to keep it meaningful.
Yeah.
Eat, Rinse, or Dread, Love.
All right.
Like
So I thought that I'm fully with you because I thought there was a lot of attempt here to like give this some depth, but it just ends up kind of being repetitive.
Right.
Because I do appreciate when, like, I don't know if you've ever seen like the 5-year engagement.
Yeah.
Right. So like that movie is long and
5 years long?
repetitive. But it's supposed to be. It's supposed to give you that feeling of this is a relationship that's been going on for so long, and
Right.
people are just kind of, you know, not really getting anywhere with it. And I felt like with this, that's what they were trying to do, was just like, hey, let's actually get into what this relationship dynamic would be. But then they don't give you any meat to latch on to. So
There's
it's just
no meat. They try, but they don't really
there's
succeed.
some implications in certain scenes. So like when Winston comes to live with her, and all of a sudden she's a lot more comfortable, and it plays into the idea which he brings up at the dinner when they have the fight, where he's just like, you're just happy when everything is in your control.
Yeah.
And like, so they'll show it in certain
Her
things.
ex-husband did warn him.
Yeah. But it's like it's not it doesn't go beyond just the same thing of like, I don't know about this because I'm the same age as your mom. It's like, how do you write that line 3 times?
Right.
You know.
But when you said that, and I was trying to find a way to put it into words, but you just clicked it for me that they gave her so much grace, which I think is lacking in a lot of movies with similar plot. In like, she's still, she's controlling, but it's never like a super fault. Like, your fault, say, you need to be cowed by a man in order to get the happy ending. No, she's still herself, but she's let goes of some of the stuff. So I liked that the humanity of both sides is preserved. Even though we don't get the as much Jamaicaness as we want, Winston is a human, Stella is a human, and we'll see that
they're fully
Did
people.
they get to talk about what I would say is the most infuriating scene in this whole movie, which is visiting the parents? Because
we mentioned it a little bit when we talked about how they have servants on the hill.
But this is the most. I was talking to Marie. Basically, we were praising Tay Diggs' phenomenal accent in this film last night. And
sorry, you were talking about the movie
he tried
before the podcast.
He tried.
A tinge.
He's like,
as a hint of danger, I have to do. Just to get you goat. Curry goat.
Okay.
All
right. I'm back on. I'm back on board.
Okay. So them fucking, they're them dead now, and Winston is like, let me take you to my parents' house. I will not inform you that we're going to my parents' house.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
So Stella pulls up and she's like, what an interesting looking restaurant.
Right.
And he's like,
in her see-through mesh top.
In her mesh top, cut up jeans, and
which is exactly what the 20-year-old would do.
Oh yes. And then
dumbass.
They pulled it out, and he's just like, "Lol, it's my parents' house." And Stella correctly goes, "Hey, why the fuck did you tell me we're going to your parents' house?" He's like, "I thought it'd be a surprise." And we're like, "Not gonna be great, Chief."
No.
And the parents and the dad is as polite as can be because of the situation.
And
the mother is giving incredible stink face.
Yeah.
And then she pulls her to the side and be like, are American women so desperate that you have to come down here?
Is
and
she
fuck
not
my
the
child?
perfect upper St. Andrew mother of the
Perfect.
Incredible mama.
Yeah.
You know what would have
Incredible
been
mama,
even better? The best part about the scene would have been if there was some kind of scene where the staff was whispering, because I know the staff.
I wanted a one reaction shot. I wanted a one helper reaction shot. We're missing that. Yeah.
Like a helper peeking out the gun and being like, "What?"
That would have been great.
So anyway, the mom cusses off Stella. Stella goes to look on the palatial manor that they have outside, taking the breeze. And Winston goes and he's like, "Stella, warm to you," and she's like, "Nigga," and she like goes off on him, and then she's like, "That was a really immature way to go about making me eat variants." And Winston does a thing where I got up and fucking grimaced at this nigga. Oh, so you're calling me young now?
Right.
I'm like, Winston, this is the dumbest fucking thing you've done all movie.
Yep.
You are clearly doing something immature.
Yep.
And then you're getting upset that she's upset at you for fucking her over.
Yep.
And then I'm like, all right,
Jamaican man, though.
20-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah,
perfect
you gotta
sense.
have that
Completely
in your brain.
logical, but the fact that he's upset that he fucked her over.
Like,
Yeah.
how dare
Incredible.
you try to scold me when I when I actually do something wrong?
Here's the thing, Winston is also getting hard in that because it's like, you're talking like my mother right now, you know. And
Yeah.
like, he's getting, the
He was
Oedipus
like,
complex is
"Actually,
really,
that's
really
the appeal."
prim and proper, you know.
All right, final thoughts.
My final thoughts. We've had some lovely guests on this podcast, including
True.
one Miss Natalie Thompson, producer
Yes.
extraordinaire.
Yes,
and
we
she
have.
actually worked on this film.
She did, yes.
So I reached out to her and I was like, are there any tidbits? And she's just like, there's a lot of tidbits, but a bit.
Did she hit it?
I can't get into the tumultuous
She got a slice of
of the
tidbits,
production
didn't
of
he?
this, and I was
He
like,
snuggled a little
okay,
piece,
ma'am,
didn't he?
okay.
I joke.
So she sent me a very lovely voice note, which I'll not get into on the podcast, but she got the call for this, and she's like, hey, here's a budget, here's what we're doing, da, da, da. This is the most money Natalie ever hear about. So she is primed and prop, so she get the crew ready, then went out to Round Hill, then call up everybody, them setting up everything, boom, 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 a month of setting up, pre-production, she get the next call, lol, we're not do it again still. And she's like,
Well, what do you mean?
and then they pack back up and go back to Kingston. A week later, yeah, we're on again. Go back.
That's Hollywood, baby.
Do it again. She goes back, and then they come in, and then it was supposed to be like a quick 1 month thing.
Right.
Became 4 months.
Jesus.
Right, because
They just love the beach.
there was a lot of back and forth. There was a lot of human and hine, and it turns out 20th Century Fox had another movie in production at this time.
Okay.
And they were bleeding a lot of money, and every other project
Right.
was being affected. All the
Right,
studio
right,
heads
right,
were
right.
panicking, and so everything was kind of But then everything worked out great because a little film called Titanic got finished.
I had a feeling, you know.
And
So Titanic sank in the Caribbean?
no, not Atlantic, Lexi. Titanic was bleeding money for 20th Century Fox, and
Yeah.
How Stella Got Her Groove Back was in constant danger of being cancelled
Yeah.
the entire
Because
time.
they
during
have
So-
to
so-
It was the
rework
water
funds.
budget,
the
though.
water budget.
So Mr. Andrews was having to zip back and forth between Stella and
Pretty much,
and
pretty
He was
Titanic.
a stressed out man.
That's crazy. All right. Well, thank you all for listening. We will have a proper country again soon.
Yes,
there.
we will.
I'm gonna put some links in the episode thing for donations and such.
please.
There are several out there you should not be paying attention to because they're
Do not
scammers.
donate to the Red
Right.
Cross.
Don't donate to the Red Cross. They're not that helpful. But
It's not Cross Blue?
huh?
We
What are
have
you
Blue
talking
Cross out
Blue
there.
Cross Hotel, yeah.
Why would I know, you know? Don't develop, don't donate to no cross.
But yeah, as
Put actual good links in the episode, I think.
yeah, we'll put actual good links in the episode. As Stella got her groove back, the western region of Jamaica is gonna get their groove back with each one helping out as much as they
Per.
can. Just listen out because people are posting all the time, but save those posts because at a certain point people are gonna taper off and not be posting as much. There's a frenzy right now. People really want to help, but the thing that I keep saying to myself is just like you gotta be consistent. Don't burn yourself out because it's so much devastation. It doesn't get fixed in like a week.
Yeah.
You know,
Don't,
it's
but
gonna-
we're not out,
It's gonna be
guys.
several months, so just keep at it. And
We're waiting for the bump from Chet Hanks, like when he
Yeah, check,
Yeah.
don't
Chet Hanks
disappoint us.
Yeah.
Drake not doing crap.
No.
No, Drake, we'll talk about Drake later.
Drake is selling Vibes Cartel hoodies and then saying, "Hey, for each one you buy, here's $100." Like, all right, fuck
And
off.
the hoodie is
It's-
$228. Someone just give the
the maths don't match.
$228 to the
maths
cause.
do not match. Yeah.
Sure, anyway.
But anyway, thank you all for listening. We hope that you were safe and sound after the storm, and we're glad that you're still here listening to us. And Bam, we got Jawbreaker coming up next, and you and I are not going to be here.
That's true.
No,
That's not right.
It is strictly a movie
It's a movie
Galdem.
Galdem.
Once, and this is actually supposed to be Lexi's birthday movie. And Lexi, we couldn't see you on your birthday because the place did a pop down.
You
But
know.
I want to say on the podcast, happy belated birthday.
Happy
Belated birthday, Lexi.
Yeah, you turned 25.
I know. Again.
All right,
Much like Winston.
thank you. Thank you all for listening. See you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.
And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays.